Exodus. The book begins by recounting the growth of the Israelites in Egypt and the rise of a new Pharaoh. Despite this oppression, the Israelites continue to multiply. Moses flees to Midian after killing an Egyptian and encounters God in the form of a burning bush, where he is called to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. Chapter 1. The book of Exodus opens with a description of the rapid growth of the descendants of Jacob, Israel, who settled in Egypt. A new Pharaoh arises who is threatened by the large population of Israelites, so he enslaves them and oppresses them with forced labor. Despite this oppression, the Israelites continue to multiply. Chapter 2. The focus shifts to the story of Moses, an Israelite baby who is hidden in a basket and placed in the Nile River to escape Pharaoh's decree to kill all male Israelite infants. Moses is discovered and adopted by Pharaoh's daughter. As he grows, he becomes aware of his Israelite heritage and kills an Egyptian who is mistreating an Israelite slave. Moses flees to Midian. Chapter 3. Moses encounters God in the form of a burning bush on Mount Horeb. God reveals his name as I am who I am, Yahweh, and calls Moses to return to Egypt and lead the Israelites out of slavery. God also gives Moses miraculous signs to demonstrate his authority. Chapter 4. Moses expresses his reluctance to lead and presents his concerns to God. God provides further signs and assurances. Moses returns to Egypt and, with the help of his brother Aaron, delivers God's message to Pharaoh to let the Israelites go. God also instructs Moses to perform miraculous signs to demonstrate his power. Chapter 5. Moses and Aaron confront Pharaoh, requesting that he allows the Israelites to go into the wilderness to worship God. However, Pharaoh responds by increasing the Israelites' workload, making their lives even harder. Chapter 6. God reassures Moses of his plan to deliver the Israelites from Egypt and to establish a covenant with them. He reaffirms his Chapter 12. God institutes the Passover feast, instructing the Israelites to sacrifice a lamb and mark their doorposts with its blood. The angel of death passes over the marked houses, sparing the firstborn sons. Pharaoh finally relents and allows the Israelites to leave Egypt. The Israelites hurriedly prepare and depart, carrying unleavened bread as a reminder of their hasty departure. Chapter 13-15. The Israelites journey through the wilderness, guided by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. They are led to the edge of the Red Sea, where they seem trapped with Pharaoh's army in pursuit. God miraculously parts the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry land. Once they have safely crossed, God closes the waters, drowning the Egyptian army. The Israelites sang the song of Moses to praise God for their deliverance. Chapter 16. In the wilderness, the Israelites complain about their lack of food. God provides manna, a type of bread from heaven, and quail to sustain them. God institutes the Sabbath, a day of rest, and commands the Israelites to gather double portions of manna on the sixth day. Chapter 17. The Israelites continue to complain about water, so God instructs Moses to strike a rock, bringing forth water for them to drink. They also face their first battle against the Amalekites, with Joshua leading the fight while Moses holds up his staff. Chapter 18. Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, visits the Israelite camp. He advises Moses to appoint judges to help manage the people's disputes. Jethro also worships the God of Israel. Chapter 19. The Israelites reach Mount Sinai, where God reveals himself to Moses and proposes a covenant. If the Israelites obey God's commands, they will be his treasured possession and a kingdom of priests. Moses conveys this message to the people. Chapter 20. God delivers the Ten Commandments to Moses on Mount Sinai. These commandments encompass both religious and moral principles that form the basis of Israelite law and ethics. Chapter 25, Ayah 31. God provides detailed instructions for the construction of the tabernacle, which is a portable sanctuary for his presence among the Israelites. God specifies the design of the Ark of the Covenant, the table for the bread of the presence, the lampstand, and other sacred items. Additionally, God appoints Bezalel and Oholiab as skilled craftsmen for the project. Laws regarding the Sabbath, the year of Jubilee, and offerings are also given. Chapter 32. While Moses is on the mountain, the Israelites become impatient, and Aaron helps them construct a golden calf to worship. God's anger burns against them, and Moses pleads for their forgiveness. He descends the mountain, smashes the tablets of the Ten Commandments in anger, and destroys the golden calf. Chapter 33. God tells Moses to lead the people to the promised land, but he will not personally accompany them due to their stubbornness. Moses intercedes on behalf of the people, and God promises his presence will go with them. Chapter 34. Moses returns to the mountain, where God renews the covenant and inscribes the Ten Commandments on new tablets. God reveals his attributes of mercy, grace, and justice. Moses' face shines after encountering God, and he covers it with a veil when speaking to the people. Chapter 35-39. The Israelites contribute willingly and generously to the construction of the tabernacle. Skilled craftsmen create the various components according to God's instructions. The tabernacle, its furnishings, and the priestly garments are all completed with great attention to detail. Chapter 40. The tabernacle is set up on the first day of the first month, exactly a year after the Exodus from Egypt. God's glory fills the tabernacle, signifying His presence among His people. The cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night continue to guide the Israelites' journey. This marks the completion of the tabernacle construction and sets the stage for the Israelites' journey to the Promised Land. In summary, the book of Exodus chronicles the liberation of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, their encounter with God at Mount Sinai, the establishment of the covenant and the law, and the construction of the tabernacle as a central place of worship. The book highlights the themes of deliverance, obedience, God's presence, and the shaping of the Israelites as a chosen nation.